A very good morning and Jai Hind, dear students. Welcome back to my English class. Well, students, as far as I remember, the last class was related to our own topic. The topic was, it was synthesis of sentences, wherein we spoke about how to, put two simple sentences together and to create a new simple sentence in which, we can use participles, we can use infinitive, we can use a phrase in apposition, and we can also use adverbs. Then I remember I spoke about the prepositions for and by, followed by a gerund, and then followed by a noun, and then yes, the last was how we can put two simple sentences using to, that is TOO, followed by an adjective or maybe an adverb, and then later on it should have an infinitive as well. Now besides that, the second thing which I spoke about was, which we discussed, was how to combine simple sentences to form a compound sentence. So in that, we would you must have understood how to put sentences together, wherein we were supposed to join, we were supposed to synthesize the sentence using conjunctions. Okay, and it was, I remember I told about the coordinating conjunctions. So you see, you can use coordinating conjunctions like not only but also. Not only but also is such a kind of coordinating conjunction which is used in one single sentence. Okay, next you can use, either or, neither nor. You can use but, still, yet. Okay, so today what we'll be studying is we shall discuss about how to combine simple sentences to form a complex sentence. Now when I'm talking about a complex sentences, what do you think first strikes in your mind? If I'm not wrong, when I'm talking about complex sentence, you would start surmising that it should have one main clause, it should have a subordinate clause. Now, the point to be noted here is, children, when we are talking about the subordinate clause, let's take a quick brush up with, from the chapter kinds of clauses. Therein, we studied only, I remember it was just the adjective clause. So I presume that you all are well versed with the adjective clause. Now, it's the turn of the other two subordinate clauses, and they are, the first is the noun clause, and the second is your adverb clause. So now when, I'll just share, I would say I'll just share one tip of the day, and that is that in a sentence wherein, there is a main clause and a subordinate clause, and if you get the answer to the question tag what, that is WHAT, what, you would understand that that particular subordinate clause has to be a noun clause. Okay, that is the tip of the day. Okay, now what exactly is a noun clause? All right, so well, let's first rewind. Now before I proceed with the synthesis of sentences, wherein we'll be talking about using various subordinate clauses to create a complex sentence, so let me first tell you what is a noun clause. Well, children, noun clause is such a subordinate clause which does the work of a noun in a sentence. Okay, so you see, instead of using a noun, we will use set of words, all right, in place of the noun for that particular sentence. Now, supposing, let's take an example like, okay, Shomi ma'am said that the earth is round. Okay, so this is a sentence. Shomi ma'am said that the earth is round. Now here, Shomi ma'am said what? What did she say? Well, she said that the earth is round. So I'm getting an answer to my question what, and the answer which I get, that is that the earth is round. So now the set of words that the earth is round is nothing but the noun clause. All right. Now let's take another example. I'm thinking whether I should go for my dance class or not. Okay, so I'm thinking what? Am I thinking about Domino's pizza, or am I thinking of how to celebrate my Christmas tomorrow? Well, no. What am I thinking? I'm thinking whether I should go for my dance class or not. So that means I'm thinking what? So when I'm asking what, children, I'm getting an answer that whether I should go for my dance class or not. So whether I should go for my dance class or not, that is nothing but a noun clause. Now, for example, if I say, Richa asked me what I wanted to wear for the party. All right. So Richa asked me, she asked me what? Did she ask me to, get my haircut done? Or did she ask me for the question answers given by my history teacher? Well, she asked me what I wanted to wear for the maybe dinner tonight or party tonight. So she asked me what. So what I wanted to wear for the party, or what I wanted to buy, or what I wanted to eat, whatever is that extension, that tends to be the noun clause. Okay. Now, a noun clause can function as a subject of a sentence, as an object of a sentence. At the same time, it can also work as an object of the preposition given in the sentence. Okay. Now, if I say, what the child said was not true. So whatever the child said was not true. So that means whatever the child said, that portion of the sentence is working as a subject for the whole sentence, So that is the reason why that particular whatever the child said is nothing but a noun clause. All right. Now let's take a look how a noun clause can be used as an object of a sentence. Well, I wish to know how this this LCD works. Okay, so I wish to know how this LCD works. So I wish to know what? So I wish to know how this LCD works. So now how this LCD works, that portion of the whole sentence is, children, it is working as an object of the sentence, or you can say it is working as a predicate of the sentence. All right. Now I told you that it can also work as an object for the preposition given in the sentence. Now let's take a look at this sentence. My health depends on how well I take care of myself. Okay, so my health depends on. So the preposition in this sentence is on, that is on, on. Now after this preposition, what do we have in that sentence? My health depends on how well I take care of myself. So how well I take care of myself is nothing but working as an object, or rather an extension to the preposition. Okay, and that portion is working as an object. Okay, so please remember these few nitty-gritties, that the noun clause can be a subject, it can be an object, and at the same time, if you have a preposition, just before the object of the sentence, so then the noun clause works as the object for the preposition. I hope I'm clear. Okay, so yeah, you can also talk about one thing, like pronouns like who, what, which, whom, whose, they can also be used in a noun clause. So please remember this also. For example, I know who Karan is. So I know what do I know? I know who Karan is. Is he your friend or is he my friend, right? So thereby, again, I'm asking to the question, but remember, children, please do not get confused with the adverbs, all right? Or maybe, some other thing, because it should noun clause would generally maximum number of times it would answer to the question what, and when you will get that, you would have to understand, you would have to take it for granted that whenever I'm getting that, so that has to be nothing but noun clause. Okay, now another thing is that a noun clause can have conjunctions like that, if, whether. Okay, so please remember that as well. And a noun clause can also have adverbs like when, where, why, how. For example, I wonder where my parents have gone. So I wonder what do I wonder? Where my parents have gone, because when I came back home from school, I found that I had to open the door, so I was wondering. And what did I wonder? Where my parents had been. Okay, so when I'm getting that answer, I wonder what. So I may have adverbs there as well. So please remember that. Do not get confused with the adverb clauses. Okay, now it's turn for the adverb clause. Now let's see what adverb clauses are. Well, yes, the very first thing is that the adverb clauses, they are a type of, the third type of the subordinate clause. Now it can work as an adverb in a sentence. Now when it's acting, it is modifying a verb, it can modify another adverb present in the sentence, or it can modify an adjective. Okay, so these adverbs, verbs, and the adjective which are to be modified has to be present in the main clause, that is the independent clause. Okay, now here you see adverb clauses can be of various types. It can be the adverb clause of time, it can be the adverb clause of place, it can be the adverb clause of reason, it can also be the adverb clause of purpose, condition, and so on, so forth. Okay, so I won't go much deep into it. I would just give you a brief I would say a picture of what is an adverb clause. Here, children, you would find adverb of clause of time being denoted by say words like after, before, when, since, till, as long as soon as. Okay, but when I'm talking about adverb clauses of place, that means it has to denote something about the place, right? So that can be like where, where. Then it can be wherever. Okay, because wherever also talks about place. Now let's talk about the next type, that is the adverb clause of purpose. So now when I'm talking about purpose, so it has to have the subordinate conjunctions like in order that, so that, and that. Now how do we use? We eat so that we grow healthy and strong. So now here, so that has been used as a subordinating conjunctions. Okay, so now for understanding these clauses, you have to have a clear concept, clear idea about the types of conjunctions, the basic two types of conjunctions, that is coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions. Please remember that the coordinating conjunctions are always used in compound sentences, and it is not used in complex sentence, all right? And it is not used in a simple sentences as well, because when you are using a coordinating conjunction, children, in a simple sentence, it loses its flavor, it loses its essence, and then it turns out to be a compound sentence. Okay, now adverb clause of reason will be denoted by subordinating conjunctions like since, as, and because. So to have a very crisp, rather clear idea about the adverb clauses, it is always advised, and it is always beneficial, and at the same time I would say it is always handy if you make a list of all the subordinating conjunctions, and you can mention that it is used for adverbial clause of place, or that may be used for the adverbial clause of say purpose, or it may be used as adverbial clause of time, so forth. Okay, so that is how you can prepare I would say a concept map or a mind map, or just use those colorful beautiful stick notes which I had told you when we were doing prepositions. They are very handy, they are very easy when we need to recollect. Okay, so precisely these are there are various adverb clauses, and they are nothing but whatever you learned in class 6. Okay, so now what I'll do is, now that I have made you understand a little bit about the various subordinate clauses, let's jump on to how to combine simple sentences to form a complex sentences. Now, when I'm talking about complex sentences, children, we have to remember that we are about to talk about how to use these three types of clauses in the sentence to make it a complex sentence. Okay, so now when I'm using a noun clause, let me give you an example. He will make an excellent teacher. I believe it. Okay, so these are two set of sentences, two simple sentences. Okay, now when I'm supposed to synthesize or create a new sentence out of these two sentences, and that too using a noun clause. So remember, I should have a question to what, and then I should get the answer. So my new sentence will be, I believe that he will make an excellent teacher. So I believe what? That he will make an excellent teacher. Okay, so while synthesizing, please remember not to change the meaning of the sentence, and it is perfectly fine which sentence you are using as the first, because definitely synthesis means I'm combining sentence 1 and sentence 2, and then I'm combining together by using a type of a clause. So here I have used a noun clause. Now let me give you yet another example. She is the captain of your team. Okay, this is first sentence. She is the captain of your team. Now second sentence, always remember this. Okay, she is the captain of your team. Always remember it. Remember this. So my synthesis will be, always remember that she is the captain of your team. Always remember what? Always remember that she is the captain of your team. So you need to understand the importance of the sentence first, so that it helps you in creating a new sentence, so that it helps in creating a synthesis of sentence. Okay. Now let me give you an example by using an adjective clause. Okay, if I say, bring me the books, it is kept on the maybe it is kept on the table. Okay, So I will say, bring me the books which are kept on the table, or bring me the books that are kept on the table. So bring me which books, you know? Am I talking about the red book, the blue book, or your grammar books, or your maths book? Which book, isn't it? So I'm asking to the question, which. So that is yet another tip. Whenever you are talking about an adjective clause, generally children, it will give you answer to the question which. Okay? Remember, it will give you answer to the question which. All right. So maybe in all the examples, this might not work, but generally this happens. So I'm asking, bring me the books which are kept on the table. So I'm getting an answer which are kept on the table. That is the answer when I'm asking to the question which books. Okay. So which are kept on the table is the adjective clause. Now, my friend lives in Dubai. Okay. She has recently joined the college. All right. So these two are set of sentences. Now I need to synthesize it. So I will say, my friend who lives in Dubai has joined her college. Okay. Or maybe my friend who has joined the college lives in Dubai. Okay. Or it can be like, my friend who has joined Shanghai University lives in Dubai, lives in New York. Okay. So who has joined Shanghai University? That set of words, those group of words are nothing but the, it is nothing but the adjective clause. Okay. Well, yes. So I was discussing about the examples used in adjective clause. Okay. Now let me talk about how adverb clauses are used. Okay. For that, let's take an example. The girls won the match. Okay. Listen to this very carefully. The girls won the match. They rejoiced or they party. Okay. Now, how we will connect, how we will combine these two sentences using an adverb clause, that is the question. Okay. So, it will be something like, the girls rejoiced or the boys rejoiced when they won the match. Okay. So that means here, we are using, say, you are just, questioning, like, when did they rejoice? So they rejoiced after they won the match. Okay. So that is the difference, So when you are talking about, say, you're asking some questions which can be related to when or where. Okay. So or why. All right. So when you get an answer to these, remember, I'm talking about the adverbs. Okay. The adverb clause. So we need to quickly think about the adverbs, the various types of adverbs used. Okay. So that is one thing. So now when we talk about reason, so it will be like why. You would be getting an answer to the question why. Okay. So like, I went to the market. I needed some vegetables. Okay. So these are the two sentences. I went to the market. Next sentence is, I needed some vegetables. So I went to the market because I needed some vegetables. So I went to the market. Why? For what reason? So I'm getting an answer because I needed some vegetables to, prepare my dinner, or maybe to prepare to store for the next coming few days, right? So that means whenever I'm getting answer to the questions where or why or when And so, you would understand that, that particular set of words, it is nothing but the adverb clause. So now these types of clauses can be added to a sentence to create a complex sentence. Okay, so let's take a quick recap. Two or more simple sentences, when they are combined to form a complex sentence by changing one simple sentence into the main clause and converting the second sentence, the other sentence, into a subordinate clause. That is how we synthesize. Okay, remember, two sentences. Okay, so one we'll turn it into main clause and the other will turn it into a subordinate clause. Now, which one you are turning into a main clause and which one you are turning into a subordinate clause depends upon your own reasoning. You should understand first which sentence to be prioritized in order to make it a say the main clause, right? So that is how we are supposed to do the synthesis of sentence. I hope by now you all have understood. I'm very much sure, and I can see in my book that you have two set of exercises, exercise C and exercise D, which is there in your books on page number 189. So I want you all to do these two exercises very neatly in your English language notebooks. Okay, because there are no space enough to make you write in the book, and if you scribble in your book, you yourselves would not understand whatever you have written, because I can see that there is no space enough for you all to write. Okay, so that is the reason I strongly recommend that you all should do these exercises in your English language notebook. And well, now that we have finished with this chapter, synthesis of sentences, I would like to have a short test maybe, okay, just to check, or maybe that test can be in the form of quiz also, so that it's fun learning. All right, so until then, stay blessed, stay safe, Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year in advance. Okay, enjoy your Christmas, have lots of cakes, and yes, don't forget to put those lovely socks for the Santa to give some beautiful gifts in that sock. Okay, so Merry Christmas once again to all of you. Lots of love and blessings. Thank you and Jai Hind.